What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another film breakdown. Today we are going to be looking at Antonio Brown. And as soon as I heard the rumors, I just had to grind the film and get y'all this video. So if you haven't heard, the Texans have strong interest in Antonio Brown and have had talks with him. Also, Deshaun Watson has been throwing and practicing with Antonio Brown. The two clearly want to play with each other. Even Ocho Cinco thinks they should, and man, this would be such an insane move. If AB is all good mentally, which we don't know for sure, but adding him to this offense would be absolutely ridiculous. Now, I really think this is a move before a move, and if we are looking to trade one of Will Fuller or Kenny Stills in a package for Jamal Adams, because without that, we just have too many mouths to feed and a whole lot of money tied up in wide receivers. But say we do trade Will Fuller, a 2021 third, a 2022 second, and maybe even a 2022 fourth for Jamal Adams, then sign AB to replace Fuller, I would do that deal and we'd be stacked. Also, I want to say that I love Fuller, but I can see us trading him because we can't continue to hope for his health to work out. We have Stills, who is like 80-85% of Fuller and is much more dependable. And if we get AB to pair with Cooks and Cobb as well, man, watch out. So I've grinded the film of AB and man, he still got it. And I'm going to show y'all what he can bring to the Texans today. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Now, let's break down the film of Antonio Brown because the film don't lie. So getting into how Antonio Brown wins and what he can bring to the Texans, his big play ability is definitely going to be something to watch for. He's always been an explosive wide receiver, and if he's replacing Will Fuller like I think he is, this is going to be fine because he can bring that deep threat. Maybe he's not 100% of what Fuller is, but he's damn near 85-90% of it. And that take the top off type of wide receiver is exactly what we need. We have it with Brandon Cooks, and adding another one in AB would just be so perfect. Deshaun Watson is one of the best deep ball throwing QBs in the league. I think it's him and Russell Wilson. They're neck and neck. It's kind of like a 1A, 1B type of thing. And building the offense around that ability is really just the path that we should be taking with Brandon Cooks, potentially AB. Cobb is good at it too. Kenny Stills is great at it. This could be real scary, man. And this is just a great play out of Antonio Brown. He's going to be running a curl here, but just like with the Texans, the Steelers have a lot of option routes built into their playbook. And so on this one, but nah, you ain't catching him. He gonna juke you inside, and that's touchdown, man. That's 6. His ability to win deep, even against the best corners in the game. This is Marshon Lattimore here, who he just takes for a ride, ends up outrunning him, creating space at the very last second. And they called us out of bounds, but this is just a great route, great deep threat ability out of Antonio Brown. So now for my favorite part of Antonio Brown's game, it's honestly his elite route running. He's always been such a great route runner, and separation is key. If you can separate, that's what matters, because you got to get open to catch the ball. And so in this game, the Saints have been getting killed. Antonio Brown has been killing Marshon Lattimore all day long. And so on this play, they're going to basically triple team him here. They play a very weird zone coverage where it looks like a cover 3 shell, but then this defender here is going to be almost in like a Tampa 2's deeper zone. It's very odd here, and they're literally trying their very hardest to stop Antonio Brown, but they still can't. And so Brown, he's going to be running a post route, but it's not just a normal post route. And like I mentioned before, the Steelers run a lot of option routes. And so on this post, he has the option to turn it into a curl, and that's exactly what he does here. So when he's starting to run this post, he sees now when he's looking to his left, he sees that there's this middle defender who's in a weird position. Normally this isn't something you'd see out of a cover 3 shell, but he's lurking over the middle waiting for that post. So if he goes over the middle and Big Ben throws that, that's an easy interception. So he knows he can't do that. And so instead of continuing over the middle and running that post, he sits down on the route, runs a post curl instead, and just finds himself in the middle of these 3 zones, finding the hole and giving Big Ben a great target. And you can see that they're both on the same page. Throw the post curl, not the post route. And it's just that chemistry that they've developed over years that hopefully Deshaun can develop in short time with Antonio Brown as well. Man, it really seems like I'm picking on Marshon Lattimore from this game, but I mean, Antonio Brown just had his way with him. He put him in a blender this game. It was nasty. And the way he won on this route is with his release. So he's a smart route runner, but he's also just super athletic, and he's still got that juice. I'll get to the New England Patriots plays from this last season, but for now, just admire this amazing release. He does it so quick, and this release is actually so subtle, but there's a nice nuance to it that gets him open. So it's really hard to see, but he stutters very quickly here at the beginning of the release, and he had been hitting Marshawn Lattimore with speed releases all day long. And just as Lattimore might have been getting the timing down, he hits him with this very subtle stutter, and that throws everything off. It freezes Lattimore, and boom. If you're not playing perfect against Antonio Brown, you're screwed. You cannot be even a split second late, or else he's gone. He's got that juice, that super quick acceleration to take off from that release and just glide down the field for the touchdown. And here's that exact same move, this time with the Patriots. Just a beautiful release here. Boom, see ya. He just creates so much space there, and that should have been a touchdown, man. Another route I love of his is his whip route, and it's all based off his slant, which we know is very deadly as well, because Antonio Brown kills it over the middle of the field too. And so on this route, he's going to be cutting inside, faking that slant, and then boom, sitting down, dropping his hips, sitting down in the chair, and just the change of direction is so fast, so quick. His ability to snap the route off like that, look at the amount of separation he creates, that's a lot. That opens up an easy throw, and again, this is his Patriots film, he still has that juice, that quickness that he prides himself in and that he wins from. Same route here, and he honestly tricked me. I thought this was just a bad slant, but then he tries to stop on a dime there and he causes the flag on the holding call. Does anyone else think Antonio Brown looks super weird in number 17? I don't know, man. But anyways, on this play, he's just showing great ability to win quickly, this nice speed out here. So we saw that he can win deep, but he can also win in the quick game. Just whatever we ask of him, he's going to be scheme diverse. This is a nice curl route here, which I broke down on my Twitter last night. If you want to go follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Texans_thoughts. I do appreciate that. So the next thing I want to talk about is Antonio Brown being a reliable target. And you're probably wondering, what do I mean by that? The last time we saw him, he was pretty much a mental case and not reliable whatsoever. However, what I mean is purely on the field, and in terms of being someone Deshaun Watson can just kind of throw the ball up to. DeAndre Hopkins was always that guy. Despite his size only being 6'1", he was always great in terms of body control and winning in close quarters. And Antonio Brown is the exact same thing. You know, he's not the biggest guy. He's not someone you're really going to throw a jump ball up to like a Calvin Johnson. But these back shoulder fades that he's so great at, his body control, his timing on these, it's just impeccable. He's always been great at this throw his entire career, and I think it's an element that Deshaun Watson needs on the team. No one right now is good at these back shoulder throws, but it's something that can be so dependable and so unguardable for a defense. Even if they're smothering a wide receiver, if you throw the ball perfectly, a perfect throw can always beat perfect coverage. And I think if they can get this down, it's really going to add that element that people complain that we're lacking without Nuke. That guy who we can depend on to go to on third downs, move the chains. These back shoulder fades, man, they can be so money. And so on these back shoulder balls, it's all about ball placement and chemistry from the quarterback. You can see here that the ball, it needs to be placed outside and away from the cornerback, to the point where he can't get it, and the wide receiver is the only person who can make a play on the ball. Deshaun Watson's ball placement is elite, and I know that he can make these throws. He was always making them in college. He's making them to Hop, and he can make it to Antonio Brown as well. Now, in terms of weaknesses, it's really just his ability to play against elite cornerbacks. In 2018, when he was matched up against Ramsey, it got ugly, man. Ramsey low-key had him in a box. I was very surprised by it. Ramsey was just continually making plays, and it was the same thing in 2018 versus Stephon Gilmore, who, these are the top cornerbacks in the league, but you'd like to see Antonio Brown rise to the occasion and be able to beat them like DeAndre Hopkins is able to do, but it just wasn't something that Antonio Brown was able to do. He did not look good against those two corners. But it's not the end of the world, because we have a lot of other great weapons in Cooks, Cobb, Stills, or Fuller. And so we don't need him to be that top 3 wide receiver that he used to be. We're still going to be a super dangerous offense. Alright, that'll do it for my breakdown on Antonio Brown. Now, this is all hypothetical and nothing is finalized, but this isn't like a big trade that we have to pull off. AB is a free agent, and there's a clear reported interest on both sides. I really do hope he's at a good level mentally, because bringing him in would have this offense contending for the right of the best offense in the league. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. If you're still listening, you're a real one. I appreciate you. The question of the day is, Do you think it's worth the risk of signing AB now that you've seen his film? Or do you think that he's just too unpredictable to bet on and he's not worth it? Let me know. Also, I'm a part of Texans Unfiltered and write articles with more Texans film breakdowns. We've got a weekly podcast on all your typical podcast platforms as well. So if you're itching for more Texans content, we got you. The links will be in the description. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed and come back for more. Videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the occasional Friday when we get hit with rumors late Thursday night. Take care, everyone.